So I think at this rating, it's probably more the best decks now. So something like Controller and Combo Warlock is really good at this rating, more so than the other ratings. Like at some point, the decks mostly switch to Warrior, Hunter, and Warlock, and Warrior is really good against, especially Controller is really good against that. Like that set, I'm gonna look for Armor Smith and Cruel Taskmaster and weapon. I mean the other weapon. Cruel is definitely a keep against against Hunter just because all the 1 health minions they have. This kind of telegraphs face Hunter.
Put this apple on your head.
I need to coin out Deathbite. I could have coined this turn, like coin out the Shield Slam, but I feel like the problem with that move is I need to set up the Whirlwind on my Deathbite and the Deathbite as soon as possible. So if I use my coin on turn 2, on turn 3 I'm pretty much stuck armoring up. Might be a lot of damage that I'm taking. I still need to get the Whirlwind. He might have had like a too fast of an opening with all the strong minions here. Something like Conic Reaper and Mad Scientist is actually not that good against Warrior. Whereas like this kind of opening is really good. Because the traps don't do much against Warrior. I might have effective like 5 here. Probably doesn't have any chargers. Still playing the Belcher though, over armoring up. Just to develop it on board.
My apologies.
I don't like keeping Brawl against Warrior. A lot of Warriors are Control Warrior. It's basically like the worst card in the matchup. In Control Warrior Mirror. It's good against Patron Warrior, but it kind of makes sense to keep it against Patron Warrior. I think there's like 2 ways to lose Patron Warrior. One is very early Grim Patrons where you can't deal with it, and the second way is Emperor into OTK Frothing Berserker. I've mostly noticed. I don't know actually. I'm not really sure what most, like, the hardest line is. A lot of times I just use, like, a lot of shield slams and executes early against, like, 4 patrons, and it works out fine. Even though, like, they end up with, like, more cards than me, like, I have, like, 4 cards left against 7, you usually still win as Control Warrior if it's like that.
Armor made to fit.
Gonna save that glide for turn 5 with the Cruel Taskmaster or the second charge of Deathbite. I could, like, one thing with playing Acolyte here against the Armor Smith is I might be able to force out a coin Deathbite, which is kind of good, but there's also Cruel Taskmaster to worry about. I'm not going to do both, I think. That's kind of weird. Actually, it's okay. I might do Acolyte, Attack, and then Cruel Taskmaster. We'll have to see. It kind of makes sense. I'm getting it to 3-1, but against Warrior, 3-1 is fine. Just trying out Ysera into Alex now. think either line is fine against first charge Deathbite. Like, it's okay to play the Sludge Vulture as well. But he could do something like Cruel Taskmaster for the last damage, so... Okay, looks like it's probably Patron. He doesn't have a lot of cards, which is good. Only 5 cards here. I'm gonna just play Sylvanas after attacking. I mean, not Sylvanas, Shield Maiden. Because I really want to bait out the second charge of Deathbite. So unless I find a better move here, I'm gonna still just, you know, play a 5/5 into the Deathbite. Trying to see if there's a better move right now. I have no way to deal 1 damage, really. It could be it's better to attack and execute it. Save myself the 5 damage with Brawl as well. Let's do that. Actually, the best move might have been even to suicide Cruel Taskmaster and execute and just save the weapon charge. This is kind of weak to Grim Patron. I have a lot of -3 health minions, -3 attack minions. The reason why I made this move over Shield Maiden is because I have Brawl. I would not have made this if I have no way to clear the patrons. Is it possible for him to patron me? It is, because of the Emperor. So... I guess it dies anyways, the Cruel, but... it would still be a 2-1 slime. That's not that many patrons even, I guess. Alright, so at least there's no War Song here. I'm not taking any damage from these patrons. That likely means I'm going to have to Brawl here. I'm assuming he's going to execute my dude. He could still do it because of Emperor. If he doesn't, I have to think about it, but he's at least taking 7 damage next turn. Okay. Probably gonna have to be a Brawl here. Fireworks, really good draw. That means that I don't have to worry about what survives. Sylvanas isn't a super bad answer to this board, but it's too much damage. I feel like I just will die. It almost made more sense to play the Armorsmith, but if he Deathbite it, the Armorsmith, that's still up, that minion, so it's not bad to absorb the Deathbite charge though. I can take out most of these, I think. And he's doing a lot of Whirlwinds, the Frothings won't be as strong. Okay, so I'm basically debating between Grom and Shield Maiden here. The risk of Shield Maiden is any Whirlwinds is going to get more patrons. I don't know if he has another Whirlwind, but it's possible. I guess I'm just going to Grom here. Shield Maiden, I get extra armor up, but against another Whirlwind, there's going to be a lot more patrons, so... I can't see myself being alive here. I'm wondering why that game was so hard. Revenge is kind of nice though, because if I'm ever in Revenge range, it clears patrons. I think he had a pretty good hand, but like both patrons and early, so like First patron got brawled, and second one was hard to deal with. Leper Gnome, interesting. I still need to keep up Axe, even though I'm just armoring up next turn. If I knew he was running Leper Gnome, then I would have definitely kept Armor Smith. Zoo normally doesn't run like great minions for Armor Smith. This is like a much faster Zoo than normal, so. Any one drop should be pretty insignificant. I guess that's pretty scary. I need to watch out for Defender Vargas. It's pretty good for me to hit this just because of Defender Vargas to get off the Divine Shield. And I have so many weapon charges with Deathbite here next turn that I just want to use my charge here anyways. I prefer this line because the Deathbite Whirlwind is a little bit weird because of the Nerubian Egg. So the second charge isn't that easy for me, and this way I get to develop my board.
My shield for Argus.
Weird. Oh yeah, he wouldn't suicide. For some reason I thought he'd kill it. That's not a mistake then. I think it would be a mistake if you could kill my guy with the Nerubian Egg. This seems to be like a super aggro version. I don't expect demons like Voidcaller or Mal'Ganis in this deck.
I have no time for games.
I do have a good Deathbite, but get to develop my Sylvanas here. That's a Thorn, so I get a lot of value from that Sylvanas as well. Setting up for the attack on Hunter Creeper next turn to AoE down the spiders.
Get in there and fight, maggot. My shield for Argus.
I'm basically thinking of either Grom or Shield Maiden in Shield Slam. I can kill this with Shield Slam first, or just Grom into that and do it next turn. Let's just Shield Maiden here.
I can take the hit.
Get to use my weapons charge earlier, and I think Grom's a faster minion. Although the Shield Slam is a fast spell, so. Alright, so now I think it's between Grom and Harrison Jones. I think Grom is better than Ysera, just because a lot of the Ysera cards might not be perfect, and Grom trades for the Doomguard. The Harrison Jones is okay, because my next turn, if I play Grom, it's going to be slow minions, whereas next turn with Harrison Jones, I can still play Grom. Oh, there's a big downside to playing Harrison, though. And that's, my Grom isn't enraged, so when I do attack, I can't trade into Doomguard with Grom. So I need to use this turn to enrage Grom on one of the small minions.
Put this apple on your head.
Greetings.
Greetings.
Armor made to fit.
The Kroll's better than the Owl. I can't do the last 2 damage to the Shredder. I guess I'm just gonna have to trade like this.
Strike.
Job done.
Speak to me.
I'm not really trading too well against Druid. Like, because I'm not really trading too well, it's likely I run out of cards going into the mid-game. The Ysera over Alex is really important in this matchup, though. Like, a lot of times when I had Alex, I was, like, ahead on board going turn 9, and what I would do is, like, they'd be at, like, around 15, I'd be at, like, 20, and I'd just, like, have to Alex them for nothing or something. Revenge is not a really important card in this matchup, so just getting a cycle of revenge and killing the 2/1 there is important. I think I'm off by 1 turn where I can shield main, shield slam this.
I can take the hit.
I still can't play Belcher and shield main, shield slam next turn because the Belcher trades so poorly against this. I'm mostly avoiding like playing 6 mana shield slam, even though I can clear the board.
That belongs in a museum.
Brace for impact.
If he attacks here to peel my armor, I still have the execute to kill it. So even though I don't have shield slam, like basically if he attacks this, then I'll have a shield slam for 7, and if he attacks my face, then I can execute that still. So either way, it should be fine for me. I'm mostly trying to keep board control until Ysera. Like this game, if I had Alex instead of Ysera, my chances of winning would be really low, since the start was really hard for me because of no weapons, so I had to like trade pretty inefficiently against his early minions. Now with Ysera, I feel like I still have a good chance. It's likely he has like another lore or Dr. Boom.
Time waits for no one.
He didn't even trade there, even though his guy is kind of weak. Oh, I see, he just hit it. He might be either cycling for Dr. Boom or setting for swipe. Oh, he didn't cycle, okay. Okay, now Ysera an empty board, which is good. There's no way for him to kill his own Sylvanas as a druid, I believe. And
I dream and the world
Keeper isn't a great answer. He's gonna have to Keeper this though. If he, I don't know, has to great, like Keeper's only really decent move I can think of for him now.
I have no time for games.
Alright, I do have this Owl and Dream. I have like a couple options. I might just Dream this. Oh, that's so good. Something I was considering was trying to slowly armor up to 5 so I can Sylvanas shield slam my own Sylvanas to steal his Sylvanas, but it's too slow. I wasn't able to make it in time pretty much no matter what I did, and this is too good. Playing double Belcher here. Next time he plays that I can Owl it, so.
I have no time for games.
I must safeguard the land.
No, I actually sense this one.
I have no time for games.
I think this line does make the most sense. Like this guy, 3-3 and 3-5 is almost the same for the Sylvanas. Don't think it's worth it to clear his board. I had another move, it's like Cruel Taskmaster, my Ysera, which is really nice because like 4-12, it's really messed up how the curve is. Like 6-11 is way stronger. I was really considering that. Druid doesn't have execute anyways, so. Your next turn. Wait, so 8, 12, 16, 21.
Let none survive.
Thinking of keeping Revenge. Keeping both weapons makes sense against Hunter. Problem is I'm not getting minions out. I'm gonna mulligan on a Death Spite. Hopefully getting an Armor Smith or an Acolyte. Like if I'm just stuck removing every minion with weapon, I might take too much damage. Fire Axe into Death Spite. The Revenge is what really pushes it over the edge because I have the Whirlwind effect from Revenge.
I'll show them. I'll show them.
Can't see any changes depending on what I draw, so I'm just gonna attack first. Leper, Nomad, Scientist. Could be either, but I would expect either Explosive or Freezing Trap. Explosive probably more likely though. Couple of options here, Deathbite or Fire Axe. Deathbite is better going into these turns. Turn 5, Belcher, maybe coin out High Main. Although High Main, it's hard to attack it anyways. But then I get to play the Armor Smith the other way around. Probably gonna get Freezing Trapped at that point. I'm gonna play Deathbite actually. I was like leaning towards Fire Axe, but even something like Belcher changes too much. It's too useless to have the Fire Axe. I'm not sure about High Main. I could still at least kill it. I'm not sure how good it'd be. This is a tough turn. Sylvanas is likely to be isolated by Freezing Trap. I think I should maybe check for Snake Trap first. Alright, let me just start by attacking. Maybe I'll change my decision whether it's Snake Trap here. And probably still gonna play him for mana purposes. Yeah.
Put this apple on your head.
Oh, I probably should have Fire Axe and into Revenge, I just realized. I'm trying to think if it's still something I should be doing. Hurts my own guys a lot. Alright, I think I'm still gonna go for it. I messed up the execute. looking to use this to proc the trap over Sylvanas still. I was thinking of whether to like play it first, because 1/1's kind of easy to kill as well. But then 2 life is pretty important at this point. So we know 100% that that's freezing trap.
Back to work. To my side.
If I play Grom, I don't get to armor up, which is awkward, but I get to enrage my Grom and increase the clock a lot. I need to think about this for a second. Proc this. Use Grom. Yeah, it has to be Grom.
Problem. Taste my blood.
I'm losing 1 armor up, but the other way I can't even deal with the 4/4. I have to suicide this then, and he could have more minions like Dr. Boom or mid-range minions, so should be 2 quick shots. Yeah, because there's no reason for him to play first quick shot. Alright, I need to get the armor stuff.
Let the pain speak to me. Back to work.
Let none survive.
Which one should I freeze? So if I freeze this one, I use this to attack, freeze this one. This is, should be still be
Let
better.
none survive.
Shoot. Taste my blade. Get in there and fight, maggot.
Alexstrasza is much better against Hunter. I'm not sure if I should just use both. I'm not sure like what to take out. Basically the reasoning is like, I thought that, well, I think still that controller is probably good enough anyways against Hunter. And against like a lot of other matchups, Ysera is better. I could see taking out, let's see, like an Owl or Revenge. I could even see taking out a Shield Block. It seems like Shield Block's too good right now though. It's actually possible to take out Rag as well, definitely. Rag just does really fit the style I like to play. I could see it not being necessary. I'm going to try to take out Rag. Like, Rag is really good against Patron Warrior and Druid and Rogue. Alex is better against Hunter. Definitely better against Priest, although it's not a lot of matchups that seems better actually. But Hunter is such like a important matchup, so